25. Hi. Today we are going to talk to Abi Awad from Lebanon, and he's representing Entreprenergy, but he's also a GE host. Hello, Andre. Oh, unfortunately we cannot hear you right now. Can you check what is with the sound until we talk a little bit? Because I was hearing.
Hear me? Now you hear me?
Yes, right now I can hear you very well.
Okay, great. So I said hello from Lebanon.
How are you? How are things going there?
Great, great. How's your energy?
Yes, it's we are getting into a very busy season, and we are starting working on several projects. And I'm happy to have met you because I have learned a lot about you, and we've met in Malaysia with global entrepreneurship community. That's right, a long time ago.
Yes, and we met a great team, 305.
And we talked about how to develop startup communities, how to develop, and I know that you run a startup community or you participate and contribute to a startup community in Lebanon. What do you do there exactly?
Good. So we have Entreprenergy. It started as a podcast. The aim of it was interviewing successful business owners so they can give their insights, their advice, and how they overcome failure and challenges to people who want to start their own business. And then we discovered that the people who want to be entrepreneurs, they want to meet with successful people. So we started creating these events, and now we have a summit that gathers around 1,000 people to come and meet with entrepreneurs and successful owners from different industries to learn from them, to exchange opportunities, and so on. That's one main part of Entreprenergy. In addition of connecting these entrepreneurs to opportunities like mentoring, like investors, like trainings, and other things.
How long have you run that program in Lebanon?
Entrepreneurship started in 2014. Now it's our third year this year. But I have been training for the past 9 years in different countries around the Arab world and Arab region, mainly in the MENA area. And my focus was on entrepreneurship. In 2012, I started an entrepreneurship center at the Arab Open University. And then I said, why not do this myself, and started Entrepreneurgy in 2014.
I know you have previously participated in different organizations, global organizations such as GCI and now in GU. What have you learned so far about starting up? What have you learned in terms of the most important difficulties and obstacles that startuppers do not know, but they face in terms of their preparation for as a person for the startup atmosphere and ethos?
Exactly. Well, it's not only about the international organization. I talk about my journey myself. I always wear this bracelet. I guess you have one. It's follow your passion, because I was bankrupt twice. I started my own businesses. I started many startups, and twice I was bankrupt because I was searching for the profitability of the business for one side, or because it was a hype or a trend or whatever. So my advice to entrepreneurs, so they can find their passion and the idea that they are really happy to wake up every day and work on it, because they will fail. And this is one of the things that I say in my training. The good news, you will fail. The better news is to learn from your failure and consider it as a feedback. So I learned first, in order to succeed, you need to have a passion for what you are doing. Second, and that's what we train people on, especially want to be entrepreneurs, validate your idea. Like, go to market and check if you have enough customers, enough people interested in your product or service, and they are willing to pay for it, not only interested. That's two. And of course, make sure, I call them the 3 M's, like me, if I'm passionate and it's for my lifestyle; market, if there is validation and people want it; and margin, if there's enough profit to make it sustainable and keep going on the business, because cash flow is king in the business.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I fight you a little bit because right now people
Go
say
ahead.
about the passion. That passion is really important, but I know about myself when I found my meaning, my life meaning, and what I'm really ready to wake up for every day and to do this. And it's like life mission. Maybe you mean as a passion the life mission that you have, if you have found it.
Exactly, exactly. It's not easy to find because whenever I go and talk to people, your passion and what do you want, your mission, and so on, people are not really clear about it, and maybe it needs a little bit time, development, trying many things in order to find what you really want. Like myself, I was an engineer and I loved engineering, and then I had this like switch from engineering to management and so on. But it came because of many coincidences, like in JCI, the organization you talked about. I was president there, and I took a lot of trainings, and I became certified trainer in JCI. This highlighted the training industry, and I found real passion for it. And I started training part time. Then I continued as full time doing it. So of course, passion is related to the mission and life mission because uh, without saying, if it is your mission, you will be passionate for it. As I tell everyone, entrepreneurship, it's a mission. We want to help people to start their own business and to uh, increase the rate of success and decrease the rate of failures. That's why we connect them with people who went through the challenges and failures in their own industry so they can learn from them.
We brought up the subject when we were in Malaysia. We talked a little bit more about the psychology of entrepreneurship. And I know that all of us were enthusiastic about that, especially since, like me, I come from a family of entrepreneurs with family business, with businesses, several family businesses. And I understand how you can get to a level that you burn out because you serve your life mission. You serve, but it's you at one when you get rejected, and you get rejected many, many times in different markets and
Exactly.
with this different buyer personas and working with different partners, you get very disappointed in your work. How do you recommend to your entrepreneurs to preserve the energy and to maintain or kind of find that spirit to go on and on for a longer time?
When we talked about it in Malaysia, it was an eye opener for me because I didn't really notice like entrepreneurs are taking pills because of their depression or the burnout. Why this is really happening, and entrepreneurs should have at least some ways in order to avoid burnout. And if you remember, I made like a small interaction about this subject, and I said one of the reasons I guess I didn't go into depression, like we all go into small depression, but not deep depression, uh, and I didn't really burn out. It was maybe for a couple reasons, and I shared them later on in my trainings and in my mastermind group. I said first, do what you love. That's why we have the follow your passion. Because you have to be happy every morning, waking up and doing what you really love. Two, find a mentor, and it's very important to have a mentor. I remember in the times I failed, it was because I didn't have a mentor. Now I have a main mentor for me, and I share with him every little decision, not little, every big or medium decision that I want to take, and I take insights from him, especially on the areas that he is already expert in, and he's a serial entrepreneur. So have a mentor because he will hold you accountable also, not only highlight the things that you never thought of. Uh,
I have
what?
four mentors. I can agree with
Or
you.
yeah, I have many mentors, but actually I have three, but I have one main that like I talk with him almost every other day. And number three, so we talked about the mentoring and we talked about your passion. Number three, have some free time for you. Like entrepreneurs and me, you and everyone, like we work a lot. I sleep 4 hours per day, and yesterday I discovered that it's a gene that we have, so we are able to sleep 4 hours a day. But I don't advise everyone to do it. we work a lot, so you need to have this time to disconnect. For me, I have my friends. We go and have fun in the weekends or sometimes during the week by night and so on. And I have my dog. I go with her, I walk her, and we have this pet fun with my dog. So that's number three. And number four, I tell people meditate, but some people like think about meditation, it's yoga or something. It doesn't have to be. It's time for you to focus on your breathing. Try to disconnect from everything that's really bothering your brain, and have some peace and some silence. And of course, do it somewhere. If you can do it in nature, that would be amazing. If not, do it somewhere calm, somewhere that you can really breathe, focus, and have some silent environment
I,
around you.
I can
Yes,
say I agree with you, and I think prayer is also very important because it's a form of
exactly.
meditation. It's a form of re-encounter, the same of
Hmm.
expressing gratitude for what you have received, and
Hmm.
forgiveness because it's part of us.
Gratitude is very important. I want to add one more thing. Delegate. I see a lot of entrepreneurs who are not able to delegate, and they call themselves perfectionists. And I want to make it perfect. I don't do it myself. Please delegate. I was one of the people who claim perfectionism and so on. Then I thought if I want to grow, I have to delegate. So I started hiring people, and now I have a team. I love my team. And we have fun with my team also. If you want to
And
have fun,
also,
hire people that can make you feel happy in the office.
yeah, and also when we talk about delegate, it's also about forgiving because people will not be perfect, and you will need
Mhm.
to adjust to their style of and their productivity and so on. I think that's very, very important for a manager to be able to find that balance between delegating, between trying to be very productive and trying to be very understanding of
Mhm.
people and of the team.
Mhm. Exactly.
What would be the community's role in this case? The community of entrepreneurs.
Now you talked about a very good subject, and yesterday we witnessed like the power of community. We have for Entreprenergy, we have a closed group. It's called Entreprenergy Community, and we tell people who are part of our events or part of our trainings and network to join this. So we don't tell everyone to join it. That's why it's a closed group and community, because we want the people inside this community to help each others. Like yesterday, we had one entrepreneur who wanted to validate an idea, and he had a survey of 4 questions. He told me, "May I post it in the group and so on?" So he posted it, and then he told me I didn't have enough people, so I said I will boost it for you, and I posted it for him. Uh, Now, before we start our hangout, our interview, I saw he got 40 feedbacks between like yesterday at night and now, and that was enough for him. The power of the community first, as I told him, build trust with them, like interact with them, keep them, add value. We add a lot of value in our community, and you don't expect to get something in return. You just give because it's 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 a human nature uh, to give and to enjoy giving. So don't be like greedy and don't give your information, even your it doesn't have to be materialistic or money or anything. It can be your information, your knowledge, your expertise, and your time, of course. So build this community. You will have a support group at any point you need anything. Like in our community, anyone who asks for anything like support, mentoring, a survey, even some people ask for sponsorship, investors, and anything, they can find someone who can help them. The community is very, very important, and I call here Jim Rohn. He says you are the average of the 5 people you interact with the most. About the 50 people and the 500 people and the 5,000 people who are around you, who are next to you, who are in the events, who are like, when we went to Malaysia and then to Johannesburg for the GEC, there is 5,000 people, and all of them, like, they have the same mindset, the same energy, and you feel like connected with everyone. So find this community and join them and add value as much as you can.
That's very important insight. Because I can see how people shift and how people change mindsets, being in a community as well, in our Moldovan community, but also in our international community. I can see that people change throughout the time and they learn a lot from each other. And I would say that participating is very important.
Mhm.
We've talked a little bit about entrepreneurgy. We've talked a little bit about what are the main ways to manage your energy and what are the resources to help you manage that energy. What other advices would you give a new or as a person that wants to start a business and wants to start his idea and make it into a business? What would you suggest? What other resources that he or she can find?
Good. First, I want to add one thing. When I posted about how to avoid burnout, my personal fitness coach commented "work out," and I want to add this one. Yes, working out, and especially if you work out in the morning, it gives you a new perspective for your day. Like even your mind will be really like you click refresh for your mind in the morning if you just go and work out. So this is one tip that I really advise, and I do it not every day. So I don't want to be like I do it every day, no. But I usually try to do it in the morning, especially as I said, I have a dog, so we walk at least every morning. So this is one other tip for burning out. If I want to give advice for want to be entrepreneurs, I tell them, as we said, focus your energy on something you are passionate about, because you have to be persistent as an entrepreneur. And if it's not your passion, you will give up very soon, and you will not be happy to overcome the challenges. So that's one. Two, validate your idea, because many people like work in silence and work in the privately on their idea, and they are not sure there is a good market or customers are willing to pay for it. Maybe they want it, but they don't want to pay for it, or if they want to pay, they will pay less than the cost that you are doing it for. That's three. And four, imagine yourself running this business after 2 years, 3 years, or even 5 years. Do you think you want this lifestyle? Like if you are running a coffee shop, do you find yourself in a coffee shop every day? If you are running a technology company, do you find yourself in a room with developers and computers everywhere, or you love to keep yourself updated with the technology? Think about the lifestyle, because most people think entrepreneurs are the people who have free time and they can travel around, do anything, everywhere, and so on. This is not really true. It can be true like the third year, maybe, the second year, hopefully, but later on, yes, of course, if you delegate, you have the right team. But first year and maybe second year also, depends on the business and the industry, you will be working every day, every day. That's full time, double the time you were working as an employee. So think about it. And my advice, also have a mentor, have a support group. You need them, because you will have sometimes of like going down, burnout, no sales, no cash flow, and so on. You need people to lift you up and encourage you. And another advice, don't waste a lot of time writing like a business plan and working on the design and everything. Start validating step by step. Create a business model. It takes like 3 hours if you know enough about your business. Uh, the business model will highlight a lot of things for you, and you can just Google business model generation and you will have a lot of trainings about it. This is very important. And take action. This is the second basic. Take action whenever you can, because you don't want to wait and later on see someone developing your idea and say, oh my God, I wanted to do it. No, do it. Even if you are still employed, you can have time after work and in the weekends to make it happen.
Thank you, Andrea. This is really Beautiful insight, and I do recommend people that want to start up just to do it as fast as they can, and start taking actions, even if they fail, and be prepared for failure, and become like resistant for that, or resilient to be more accurate.
Exactly, exactly.
What are you planning for GU 2017? I want to steal some ideas.
Good. Let me tell you what we have right now before I tell you about GEW. We have the biggest exhibition in the area here for construction and energy industries. We have a startup pavilion for these startups. So instead of paying thousands, they are paying only a couple $100 to exhibit and gain the same exposure of 27,000 visitors come to this exhibition. Then in June, we have a very unique event. It's called Founders on a Boat. From 18 till 25 June, we have a cruise with 200 plus business owners and executives on the boat, going for 8 days, networking, having fun, and exploring this good opportunity between them. That's in June. In July, hopefully, I'm going to Cape Town. I know Chief Vu is watching now, so I'm going to Cape Town hopefully, and then we have in October our Entreprenergy Summit. It's last weekend of October. We are going to break the Guinness World Record for the longest business pitch marathon. So this will be a hit for us. We are breaking Richard Branson's record for Vision Group, and we will be having also Get in the Ring in our summit. And in the GEW, this year we are trying to make it not centralized in the capital in Beirut. We are trying to make a lot of events outside of the capital, like in the north, in the south, and in we have the Bekaa region. It's above the shore, and we are involving many universities. We are involving a new ecosystem partners. That's two. We are trying to involve also corporates so they can host events in their companies to tell about each industry. What else we have? Of course, we have the opening and the closing activities. I won't tell you about this because you will steal it. You will know about it later. Actually, we're still working on the idea and project, and that's mainly.
Thank you, Andre. It was really nice talking to you. And of course, I did get some new ideas that we're not implementing, but this year we're not. So we're not going to compete against Guinness records or anything this year. But hopefully in the next years, we'll start competing, having huge events. Thank you again, and hope to see you very soon in our activities, in our joint activities, and maybe in South Africa or Malaysia and so on. Thank you.
Hopefully. Thank you. Thank you.